Next is the down the arm length test. How do we do it first of all? So again, hammer grip, and now you're going to hold the club out at arm's length. You can put the other arm up onto your side here and do it this way. Here you're going to let go basically with the 3 fingers. So the third finger, the pinky, move away from the pommel, the middle finger also moves away from the pommel. And the club is going to literally be held by the thumb and forefinger. And now we're going to let the club drop down. The other fingers can help, slowly drop it down, and the club should reach sort of halfway between my elbow and the bottom of my deltoid here. Okay. And that's a good length for me. That means when I do back circles here, regardless of which direction it's in, the chance of the clubs hitting behind my head is hugely reduced. Now, so this is something you can do on both sides of the arms. Just make sure that you're comfortable with that length, and it's going about midway there, depending on the length of your arms. You know, find an appropriate club. I'm just going to give you a demonstration of the right length first. And I'll hold the correct length in my left arm, and then I'm going to do the other lengths in my right arm. So we'll do the shortest club first. Now, just for references, this is 20 inches, this is 16. Holding them out here, dropping them down, you can see that the 16 just comes to my elbow, and in comparison it's a lot shorter. Okay, so this club is basically too short. This club is 24 inches long, okay, holding out, dropping down. You can see that it's touching the middle of my shoulder, which is too far into the body, so the likelihood of the club knocking together with the other one is much greater. And finally, the 26-inch length, and you'll see that this one is massively long. Too long. But it can be swung, and if you're very careful, you can swing longer clubs, but I would recommend that you learn the basics first, and then you can look at swinging longer clubs. I swing them, so I mean, it's not a total no-no. I mean, it's not a sort of, you know, absolutely banned, but when you're first starting, avoid it. So now I'm going to do the rectangle test, and some of this is fairly straightforward, and some of it's preparing you for a little bit more advanced club swinging. And I'm going to use my clubs that I consider the best ones for me. And if I lift the clubs up here, allow them to touch, drop them behind my head, I'm creating a rectangle here, as you can see. My forearms are slightly outward, they're not up and down straight, slightly out. But this is something that I can swing quite comfortably. So if I swing the clubs through, the clubs are clearing at the back nicely. So if we take the short clubs and do the same thing here, you can see that my forearms are now pointing slightly inwards. I mean, this is a 4-inch difference. The other ones are 20, these are 16. And they're quite short, so if I swing them through, you can see that the space behind me is a lot bigger. "24-inch clubs, heavy ones. Just make sure I don't hit anything. So, pardon me. 24-inch clubs. So behind me now, if I put them, butt them together, drop them behind my head, you can see that my arms are really flared out. Now that's roughly where my hand is roughly where the back circle will be. So you're not getting an extension up, which is really, in my opinion, very important. So if I swing them through, you can see there's the circle being created. And there's a lot less clearance when the clubs are coming through. 26-inch clubs. Now, touching them here, my hands are even further apart. So that means that the circles have got to be even further apart, swinging them through. Here, but you can see, I mean, I'm struggling to keep them apart. But I mean, I can swing them, but I'm throwing them out to the sides more. So it changes the dynamics of the exercise if it's a long club. And just quickly, now that you've watched that, to go back to the 20-inch, the elevation that I keep talking about is this: 1, 2. So the clubs come up to about 11 o'clock, 11 and 1 o'clock. 1,